Imagine your body as a high-stakes corporate empire. For decades, we believed the brain was the sole CEO, issuing commands from a fortified tower. But modern neuroscience has just uncovered a whistleblower. Deep within your digestive tract lies a network of over 500 million neurons, so complex and so influential that scientists now call it the second brain. This isn't just about digestion. This is about your identity. Every mood swing, every moment of brain fog, and every burst of creative clarity is being dictated by a 24/7 conversation happening along the vagus nerve. This nerve is the superhighway of the human body, and 90% of its traffic is going one way, from the gut to the head. You aren't just what you eat. You are what you think because of what you eat. Today, we deconstruct the biochemical destiny that starts on your plate. Most people believe happiness is a product of the mind. We are told that depression and anxiety are strictly chemical imbalances in the brain. While partially true, we've been looking at the wrong organ. Approximately 95% of your body's supply of serotonin, the neurotransmitter responsible for mood stability, sleep, and appetite, is produced in your gut. The architects of this production are your gut microbiota. These trillions of bacteria are not just passive passengers, they are active pharmacists. When you maintain a healthy microbial garden, these bacteria ferment fibers into short-chain fatty acids like butyrate. Butyrate is a miracle molecule. It strengthens the blood-brain barrier, acting as a filter that keeps toxins out of your central nervous system. However, when the garden dies, the gates open. This is where leaky gut becomes leaky brain. If you've been feeling irritable, sluggish, or mentally fragile, you might not have a psychological problem. You might have a biological supply chain crisis. To fix the mind, we must address the fire in the gut. Modern nutrition in the Western world is a recipe for neural inflammation. Ultra-processed foods, laden with refined seed oils like soybean and canola oil, are high in omega-6 fatty acids. In isolation, these are pro-inflammatory. They act like microscopic shards of glass, irritating the gut lining and triggering an immune response. This is where re-education begins. The goal isn't weight loss, it's brain protection. We must look at the SMILES trial, a landmark study in nutritional psychiatry. Researchers took individuals with moderate to severe depression and changed one variable, their diet. They moved them toward a modified Mediterranean protocol, heavy on colorful polyphenols, wild-caught fish, and monounsaturated fats from olive oil. The results were staggering. 1/3 of the dietary group achieved full remission from depression symptoms. Why? Because they stopped the cytokine storm. When you eat sugar, your insulin spikes, and your brain experiences a glucose flood, followed by a catastrophic crash. This volatility is perceived by your amygdala as a survival threat, triggering the fight or flight response. You aren't anxious because of your job. You are anxious because your blood sugar is a roller coaster. How do we rebuild? We use the biochemical trinity: prebiotics, probiotics, and polyphenols. First, prebiotics. Think of these as fertilizer. Foods like leeks, garlic, onions, and asparagus contain inulin. This fiber isn't for you, it's for your bifidobacteria. They eat it and in return produce the chemicals that keep your brain calm. Second, probiotics. We need to introduce the good police. Fermented foods, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi contain live strains like lactobacillus. Studies show that certain strains can actually lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone in humans. Third, polyphenols, dark berries, green tea, and high-quality dark chocolate. These compounds are neuroprotective. They stimulate the production of B, D, and F, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as miracle grow for your neurons. It helps your brain repair itself and form new connections. This is the essence of re-education, choosing foods that act as instructions for your DNA to build a stronger, more resilient version of you. The transition to a healthy mind requires a system reset. For the next 7 days, we challenge you to eliminate the 3 horsemen of brain fog: added sugars, refined grains, and seed oils. Replace your morning cereal, which is a sugar bomb that destroys focus, with a high-protein, high-fat meal like eggs and avocado. Choline in eggs is a precursor to acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter of memory and learning. By stabilizing your glucose in the morning, you protect your willpower for the afternoon. Remember, the gut lining regenerates incredibly fast. Within just a few days of nutritional re-education, the microbial landscape begins to shift. You will notice the fog lifting. Your ability to handle stress will increase. This isn't a diet, it's a software update for your biology. You are reclaiming the throne of your own mind. We live in a world that profits from your distraction and your inflammation. Fast food is designed to be hyperpalatable, bypassing your satiety signals and keeping you in a state of constant craving and mental lethargy. But now you have the data. The connection between your gut and your brain is the most powerful tool you possess. You can choose to fuel the fire of inflammation, or you can choose to nourish the garden of your mind. Your mental health is not just a roll of the genetic dice, it is a daily practice. If this deep dive into the science of wellness helped you, share it with someone who is struggling with their focus. Subscribe to join our community of those who refuse to settle for average biology. Your journey to a sharper, happier life doesn't start in a pharmacy. It starts in your kitchen. Invest in your health, because in the end, your diet truly is your destiny.